All right, morning everybody. It's Saturday, and on Saturdays I try to spend a little time to organize my homeschool for the next week. Not too much time, but I did promise that I'd do some videos about the curriculum that we use now and how much simplified they are in comparison to what I did before. So the first time that I started homeschooling in 2017, I was so desperate to use Sunlight. I was so excited about it. It was really expensive, but I had planned forever that when I started homeschooling, that's what I would use. And, I spent a whole bunch of money getting that Sunlight boxed homeschool program. We got at the time, the 79-year-old program and the 5 to 7-year-old program, I think, yeah. And it was really nice. It was beautiful, the number of books. So even now we're still using some of the books, and that was 3 years ago. So many books. But at the core of the program, though, is really, I would say at the core of any homeschool program, what you really need, as I told you the last time, is a good math program and a good language arts program. That's what I think. A good math program, a good language arts program. And also because we're believers, and that's really a critical part of what we want our children to do. We need a good Bible program. But for the Sunlight Bible program was excellent. I loved it. And they had this really nice Bible. In fact, we got 2 Bibles, one for my younger child. There was one that was a reader. It was a Bible storybook that was used as a reader for the 7 to 9-year-old program. And then there was one that was what you would read aloud to your children, called the Ergomere's Bible Stories. Loved it. So math, language arts, and Bible, I think, are the critical things. On the language arts, you need the whole thing. You need like your grammar, your reading comprehension, writing, spelling, and so on, vocabulary. Once you have those things, to me, I think you have the core of your homeschool. The rest of things, especially while your children are still young, like under 12, the rest of things you can pull them from wherever. That's what I think. But that's just me, and that is because of my experience of having bought the entire Sunlight program, taking their science, taking their history and literature, history and Bible, history, geography, Bible, taking their literature, taking the math, taking everything from them, and I spent so much money. At the end, really, we only used the language arts, the Bible, and the math. The science was kind of like, okay, guys, just do science when you can do it. Watch some videos that we just couldn't do the program that way. We couldn't do it every day the way that it was designed to be done. So anyway, almost 4 years later, and a little bit wiser, I think folk will not like what I'm doing now is necessarily the best thing, but it's the best thing for our family. So I'm talking about what I'm doing with my kindergartner now, right? So this is what I'm doing now with my kindergartner. This is not what I did with my child who was a kindergartner at the time that we started. So these are the only books that I bought for her for school. I'm going to go through each set one at a time. Some of the things I was able to reuse from, actually some of them were from Sunlight. I was able to reuse some of the things that I had bought initially, like the teacher's guides and some of the workbooks that didn't actually get used up. All right, so for phonics, there's a phonics and reading program that Horizons has. This is it. It has a workbook and it has this reader. And my daughter is 4, she's almost 5. And she has been going through these stories and she absolutely loves them. I'm kind of surprised at how well she has been going through them. She has been reading more than what she's assigned to read for the day. And she really likes them. And the stories are funny. They're really, quite nice. So that's the reader. And the program is there are actually 4 readers and 4 workbooks. But because I wasn't sure whether it would work for us or not because of all the experiences of things that I've bought and have not finished using, I only bought the first quarter. So when this is finished, then I'll buy the second quarter, then the third quarter, the fourth quarter, and so on. Because they're not cheap. So it's kind of easier for me to shell out the funds in parts. And also reduce my risk of buying too much stuff that I'm not going to use. So that's what we use for language arts for her. And of course, there are lots of other books around the house that she'll read and things to trace letters and practice other spelling things, sight word charts and so on. We also use education.com with her, right? For math, again, I'm using Horizons. And the main reason why I picked Horizons was because we had this old one around the house and she just loved it. And she asked me every day since she was about like 2, 3 years old, she'd always wanted to do something in it. And so I thought this was the best thing to get for her now that she's starting kindergarten. She actually took 1 or 2 pages out of the book 2 and did when she was younger, right? But this is a 2-part program. Oh, I didn't mention that this comes with a teacher's guide. And I don't have them with me right now. They're actually over on the other side of the room. But this comes with a teacher's guide. And you have to buy the teacher's guide. The good thing with teacher's guides is that you just buy them once and you reuse them. The math program also has a teacher's guide. Again, I don't have it with me right here. It's on a shelf on the other side of the room. However, it's the same teacher's guide that I bought almost 4 years ago. I ended up only needing to buy the book one for her because, as I told you, we had the book two that didn't get used. Because we had switched programs because of a whole bunch of other reasons. And then I also bought this for her. This is a scholastic success with kindergarten workbook. They have the grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, I think up to grade 5. So I bought the kinder one for her. And it has a combination of different topics in there. So actually you could homeschool with this alone. I personally think you could use this alone and then have your supplementary materials, worksheets that you print from online and so on. So you could do that. But I make sure to get well-organized curriculum for math and language arts because of the fact that I don't have time to sit and make sure that we're not missing anything or skipping out anything. When they use one of these programs, I can easily tell what areas they're weak in and where they need supplementary materials. Very, very easy for me to know how much of the curriculum for that particular age they have been able to master. And yeah, so we use this. And this is very pretty. It has all kinds of different activities for the 5 different subject areas. So every day she does 1 page from any subject in this. So this is like just bonus free work, settling down work, quiet time work, and so on. And that's basically homeschool for my daughter, aside from the fact that she does, she'll play with our Legos, she'll play with our dolls, she'll, read other books. We'll have a lot of them. So let me show you those workbooks. All right, just as an example, to me, for that age group, if you walk into a bookshop, you'll always find lots of little activity books that you can buy for kindergartners for them to practice their reading and their writing skills and coloring and, drawing lines and cutting and so on. There's just always stuff. So for me, for homeschooling for a kindergartner up to about grade 2, if all you have is a math program and a language arts program and then arbitrary stuff that you think your child might enjoy, I think you have covered it. Paint set, you need to make sure you have your paint set, paper, scrap paper, saving. We used to keep like a basket full of cardboard and just scrap paper. If we got a new package of something, we just tear the box, tear the cover, open up the box and have like cut out like pieces of paper and store it in the basket. So there was always scrap all around. Now that they're a little bit older and I'm getting very tired of having paper everywhere all over my house, I'm not as liberal or as generous with scrap anymore. But these books, I got these at the University of the West Indies bookshop at Mona, right? But you can get them in other stores as well, and you can get them online. The series is School Zone, and I know that they have a lot of kindergarten age stuff. So this one is one where you can search for hidden pictures. My children love it. The 2 younger ones, even the one who's almost 9, my son who's 8 years old, he loves them. This one is kindergarten basics. It has just basic things in kindergarten, recognizing different colors, shapes, matching things, adding, figuring out, putting stories putting pictures into the sequence that they would have happened. And she likes these things. All my children have always liked those kind of things. And so that's what I have used a lot of with kindergarten homeschooling, just having these things around. And there are a lot of them in the series. Some of them are more academic-y, like some of them are more focused on the letters and the numbers and the sounds and the words and the shapes and so on. And some are just fun playbooks. This one is beginning sounds. This one is dot to dots. And then these are some examples of some workbooks that I printed from education.com. I have an education.com membership. If you don't have one, you can still print a certain number of worksheets per week, I think, or per month, right? So it's the same type of thing, drawing straight lines, recognizing your sight words, addition, subtraction, and so on. So that's what we do in addition. That's to give, a little variety and so on. But as I said, this is the core of homeschooling for me. And so if we can't get anything else done, I try to get these done every day. The reading, the math, and practice writing, and, you know, circling things and writing short words and whatever. That is basically homeschooling for kindergarten for us. So I just wanted to share that with you. I do have quite a number of other programs I've been through. If you're interested, what I'll do is I'll tell you what those programs are, and you can, in the comments, you can tell me which ones you'd like me to do a review of and my experience with them. So I have Horizons. I can do a review of Horizons and talk to you a little bit about it. More than what I showed you a while ago, but I really like it. So there's Horizons. We've done Singapore Math. We've done, what else have we done? We've done ACE. We've done ACE.
We've done Good and the Beautiful. I love that one.
Okay, we've done Good and the Beautiful for kindergarten. We did their language arts and handwriting. I've also bought their typing program. We've done, what is the name of the, is it Apologia, the one that we got the big science?
Yeah, it was Apologia. Apologia, yes, it was Apologia.
We did Apologia Science. That was nice, but we weren't able to finish it. It was just a bit much for us. Oops, what did I do? Yeah, it was a bit much for us. So any one of those that you want to ask us about, we'll share what our experience was and just show you what the books look like. And we've done some of the Jamaican programs like Language Tree. What else did we use?
Singapore Math.
Yeah, we did. I said Singapore Math already. That's one math. In terms of science and social studies and those things, I have not really bought much, apart from the Apologia and the time when I bought the big homeschool program from Sunlight. I don't buy stuff for science and so on. One of the main reasons why I haven't had to is because we've always had a lot of books in the house. And at the time that we bought the Sunlight, it came with so many encyclopedias and books and reference books and so on. So we've just been able to recycle those things over the years, and then there's the internet. So for science, we haven't really bought any books, you know, directly for a science program. We've just always just kind of used whatever was around. Same for social studies. We've not bought a social studies book. Yeah, that's basically it. So I hope this was not too long. I really wanted it to be short. I hope it wasn't too long, and I hope it was helpful to you. And remember to just give me a comment below if there's any particular program that you'd like me to talk about, or any subject area that you'd like me to talk about, how we go about doing it, and I'll give you some examples of what we've done over time. Yeah, because we've done a lot of different things. So that's basically it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.